Hello, everyone. Good morning. It is the last day of April 30th, 2023, and I am Laurie Baracco. I welcome you to my live event, and I'm going to be talking about energy. I always talk about energy. I'm going to be talking about energy and how to navigate through some unsettling currents that may be afoot these days. And with our collective, there's always going to be this road with some twists and turns and ups and downs. And it doesn't have to take us down. We don't have to be sidelined and overwhelmed. So hello and welcome. Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see everyone. There's Lisa from San Francisco. Hello. And I am streaming live from the Bonita Springs Mystical Moon. And it's been kind of a blustery morning. It's settling down a little bit. We had some storms kind of blow through the area. Also, I believe my neighbor Helen next door mentioned that some of her staff members lost electricity. So hopefully the Sunday is treating you kindly. And if you're tuning in afterwards, hopefully you're having a lovely day. And hello, Anne and Caroline. Hello, Vanessa. Good morning, everyone. So we're going to start. We're going to begin by setting the space. I know I'm going to need this. So let me pop on down and grab that. I'm going to start by smudging. And today I'm going to be using what's known as red sage. Red sage. So we're going to use the red sage. Does anyone know what red sage is? Good morning, everyone. Hello, Angela. Good morning, everybody. What is red sage? Red sage, well, I'm just going to answer you. Good morning, Adriana. A red sage is sage that's coated in dragon's blood. And dragon's blood enhances any intention that you're working with. It brings in extra protection, brings in a layer of guidance, support. It's kind of like a coating I see on the magical intentions, the workings that you are setting forth for yourself. And we carry this in the storefront and online, themysticalmoonstore.com. All right, so let's all set the space. Take a little bit of time. And today definitely need to be on time. Not that I ever really run too much over, because Pammy's got a Reiki 1 attunement class here this morning. This afternoon, but she needs to get ready. Okay, so let's all take a moment and settle into your energy, settle into your beingness, settle into your energy. Take a moment, become more aware of your vibration, your frequency, your energy. Let's just take a little bit of a reflection, a little time to reflect. Where have I been this week? Have I been all over the place? Have I felt pretty good about my path at this time? Where am I at? Did I have a little bit of chaos? Did I have some real emotional moments of the ups and downs, the roller coaster? Where have I been? Let's just take a moment to reflect upon that as the sacred red sage cleanses our minds, our bodies, our spirits, helps bringing in the light, acting as acting like Mr. Clean, coming in, absorbing any residue that is floating around in our auric field that doesn't belong there. Just taking a little bit of time with that, bringing ourselves to center, reflecting upon the week, and maybe processing a little bit, allowing those thoughts to move out, grounding them into the earth, bringing in the light, bringing in source, reconnecting, realigning with our divine self, giving ourselves permission to have a couple of wonky moments here and there, knowing that the triggers show us where there's some healing or work, or there's some unsettledness within us, maybe even just as a gauge to show us, okay, that's not working, that's not in alignment. That's not in alignment with my tensions or my energy or where I am on this journey at this point, right? That's what our reactions do. Taking another moment to allow that reconnection with our divine self to set into place. And so it is. So it is. So this week, yeah, it's still going a little. This week we have some cosmic events that are coming up. So I am going to touch base around all of those, around those, and I have some suggestions to help us with navigating through some of the uncomfortable spots and to help you recognize that, oh, look, I have a reaction. Oh, this is why this reaction's coming in. And why is my head crooked? Okay. And there are reasons why there are certain pokes being made, because maybe there's a recalibration, a realignment, an understanding of why I'm kind of stuck. And it's not always an external thing. A lot of the time, most of the time, it's an internal thing. Do I need to create a healthier boundary? Do I need to push myself more? Do I need to back up a little bit? Am I being realistic with some of the expectations I have from myself and others at this time, right? So there are things that come up for us. All right, so I am going to scooch on over to my notes here and just checking in with everybody. How is everyone doing? Have you had a smooth week? Have you had a rocky week? Have you settled into some things? And are you resisting some of the shifts that are coming in, or are you going with the flow with them? Where's everybody at? Let's see. Hi there. Good morning, Rosie. Good morning. Where's everyone at? I'm going to wait a moment to see, to check on some of the comments. And so this live video is also, the recording of it is also going to be linked into the online store. So with the Mystic Cave. So there's also some live stuff there. If you catch me there, great. If not, that's okay. You can, if you're watching afterwards, feel free to email or comment your experience or your sharing. Anybody sharing about their experience this week? If not, it's okay. Roller coaster. Colleen says roller coaster. They happen. Anne says we are having ups and downs, trying to stay positive. Yes. Right? Staying positive, but also at the same time saying, okay, this is upsetting. This is frustrating, right? To acknowledge what you're feeling as well. I just posted my predictions. So I don't know if everyone was able to catch them yet, but the Hermit was reversed, and to me that's really saying, okay, I just can't get, feeling frustrated because I don't have the time to sit and process this, right? So you might feel like you have to do more of on the fly and not a lot of time to think things through. Remember though, if someone or something is really pressing and you really feel backed in a corner, then ask yourself, right? Do I really need to say yes or no? Do I really need to make this decision right now, or can I ride it through a little bit? I do see someone has I shared your YouTube live with my friend Keith Williams from Virginia. Hello, Keith. And someone says it's been a very rocky few weeks for me. Anne says, ready for a new month. Anne say, yep, new month, new beginning, Beltane. We've got a full moon and we have a lunar eclipse this week to kick off the month. And Adriana says multiple people are suffering. Yeah, with suicide in the family. Yeah, absolutely. We will continue to hold loving space for people's journeys. We don't always understand or are not privy to all of the details when people go through such challenging scenarios, and we don't always know what their soul journey entails, as well as those who were here left behind with all of that. So sending love and support and compassion and empathy to all those who are really struggling. And Angela says this week has been about trying to manifest enough money to make the change I want to make. Yep. So we're in Taurus season, which Taurus is an earth sign, a huge manifesting generator that can help support you on your path. Yeah, you could do it. So what's going to come up possibly this week are things that maybe create that reaction. Maybe we have that reaction, that trigger, and I think it was in my prediction. Yeah, it was in my prediction where it was like it's on its way out. It's on that bus, that train that's on its way out. It's like, okay, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, there's a reason why it's going. I may not know, but it's going. Right? Yeah. Good morning, friends. Okay, so I'm going to pop on over to my notes. So this week we do have, as I mentioned, a couple events coming up. We have a full moon in Scorpio. And it's also a lunar eclipse. So, what can we keep an eye out for? So, as many of you are aware, I am not a trained astrologer. However, I have really learned how to trust the guidance that's coming through. So, there's the blending of the astrological events as well as with what spirit, divine spirit, is coming through, my helpers, my guides, the collective energies that are coming through. So lots of emotions are going to come to the surface. So, hello, be mindful of that, right? And just know you might have a temper. Just know others may have a temper, or you may feel really so it's not just a temper. You may be feeling sorry for yourself. You might be in like feeling really low and feeling like a victim, and you might feel like some of those feelings. Also, what's coming through too is that we might also have ooh, that's a big one. We might also be experiencing some of those addictive type of behaviors like cravings, the overindulgence of something, right? So if you know that you have tendencies whether to smoke too much, drink too much, spend too much, just know the overindulgent tendencies may be coming up to the surface. Just acknowledge it for what it is and say, okay, like this is a short-term fix. Okay, I see this. I see that this is a short-term fix. So I'm going to see it, acknowledge it, and shift it see where I can make longer lasting substantial changes for myself. So we might see some of that, the overindulgence, the quick pick-me-ups, right? You might find that you're drinking too much kava or something like that. I don't know, right? And there's also the flip side of that too, where people do become addicted to spirituality and that woo-woo feeling, that woo-woo. So that does happen to people, right? It's that they're needing another Reiki session. They've just had 3. They may not, you don't need another one. You may need another psychic reading. You may need to wait just a little bit longer. Now, there are times in our lives where we may need a little bit of extra support, but you can become addicted to spirituality and that good woo-woo feeling where you're outside your body and you're connecting with the guides and the angelic realm and all of the fairy beings, and yet you're avoiding what's happening in the here and the now, right? So there's this dance where and this toggling between back and forth that I'm going to encourage you to take a look at. Trust me, I would rather stay in meditation and in the woo all day long rather than deal with some silly things, right? Or frustrating things. But I'm here as a physical being and I have a journey, and I do exist in the other planes, but I am here to manifest, to live, to coexist with other people and beings, right? So there's that potential tendency. And also, as I said, like lots of feelings and things coming up, bubbling up. It's good to acknowledge and helpful and healthy to acknowledge what has been tucked away, but don't let it get the best of you because we're also in that Mercury retrograde cycle as well. So the past from say maybe 20 years, and 2002 they did that. Yeah, I'm thinking about that and I'm still kind of mad about that. What the heck, right? So you might find yourself revisiting some of that stuff and it may not be helpful, right? And why? Maybe it's because something similar is coming up, right? A familiar feeling to that, and it triggers you. That it triggers that memory that drops in. Remember, June 5th, 2001, that so and so did this, right? And gosh, I really wish I would have said this, right? So just see it for what it is. It's coming up because there's probably a familiar thread of experience that's coming up for you at this time. See it, acknowledge it, bring closure, burn it, write it down, burn it on a full moon ceremony. Yeah. I'm just checking in on some of the comments. Okay, so back to my notes. All right. So some things that you may experience or we may experience are surprise reactions, right? It's like, oh, I didn't realize that. Then I'm still mad about that, or I'm still frustrated about that. Or maybe a reaction such as, oh, this is lovely. More of this. This is great. This is fabulous. This is exactly what I've been looking for, right? Or maybe there's a surprise love connection that you didn't connect with someone in that way before. Or maybe you're falling in love again with your significant other that you've been with for a while. So there may be some surprises tucked in there here and there. And there is the potential for kind of going backwards with our reactions. I kind of touched upon that a little bit with the triggers, with the memories dropping in and potentially getting the best of us. So there is that potential for taking a couple of steps backwards with our reaction and maybe not having some shining moments as well. All right, so I am going to say this though, because I'm starting to get really warm. Oh my gosh, this happened last live, didn't it? Where somebody's dad was coming through, but somebody really, really, really could use to, they really need to listen to, like I'm getting warm. They really need to listen to their body, that there's something with the left side, like a ringing in the ear. So there's something going on in this area here, that whether they have headaches, a hormonal imbalance, but yeah, they definitely have a lot going on here, and they're looping in their head. And I don't know if they switch their medicines up or something, but maybe you need to check in with your doctor before you do that, okay? And then the name Marion just came in. Marion, Marion, Marion. So there's something with the name Marion there as well. And Tamara says, I just got a heat flash too, right? So who's ever needing extra support energetically, with prayers, with intention, with love, with light, listen to your body and be open to receive the help that's trying to come in for you, for sure. Okay. So also there may be some hidden details coming to the surface. The truth may be revealed about some things. How somebody really feels. Those are always fun, aren't they? It's like, well, I had no idea that you were so annoyed by me. I had no idea that I'm not your cup of tea. I had no idea that that situation is that way, right? So there might be some hidden details coming up to the surface, and it could be on the flip side too. It could be that someone really does appreciate you. It just is that they have a hard time communicating that, right? Where here you thought that maybe you were way off base, maybe the feelings weren't mutual, and that may come in as a hidden detail or an aspect that you weren't aware of. There also might be there is definitely a huge push to let everything that isn't working go. Before doing that, take a moment to get yourself together before cutting everyone and everything out of your life. What does that mean? It means that I'm done with everybody. I'm cleaning up all of my friends list on Facebook or whatever social media. I'm going to get rid of them. I don't like that. I don't like that shirt, blah, 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 blah. Right. So just take a moment before you do that. Right. It could be a knee-jerk reaction trigger. Just take a moment before you potentially sever situations in your life. Just take a moment, okay, before you react harshly, okay? But it is good to have closure, to allow things to phase out. As I said, like there's that bus, boop, boop, that bus, that train that's taking things and situations out of your life. Bye, right? Just make sure that you think it through before you make that final cut or shove. Okay, just take a moment before you do that. And someone said, "That's me." I just take, it's not a negative thing, right? Just think it through, right? In 5 years, am I going to be, or even in a year, am I going to be proud of myself, of how I reacted, right? Can I say did the best I could? Did I do everything with light for the highest and the best good of all? So let's just think about that a little bit. Okay. sage, or use whatever cleansing method that works for you, right? Sage, sprays, um, Palo Santo, I couldn't think of the word, Palo Santo, crystals, whatever you use to clear your energy, do that. There's a lovely tip that I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. You can use incense to cleanse your energy field, right? You could take tuning forks, exactly, Tamara, sound therapy. You could take like an incense stick. This is Nak Champa. This is my favorite incense. It really is, because it does everything. It brings in the light and it helps shift the energy. It's like the equivalent of sage incense. So you can take the sage incense. You could take the incense, the Nag Champa. This is the blue one. And you can hold it over your crown and 3 times circle your crown. I purify myself. I'm doing it more than 3, but it will go like this. Can you see? I purify myself for healing. I purify myself for healing. I purify myself for healing. And so it is, right? And so you could do that for yourself. When I do cord cuttings on people, I take a Nag Champa incense stick and I have my athame, and I go down the energy field around the whole auric field. But this is a lovely way to cleanse yourself. My crown is really tingling, but I would love to hear your reactions if you don't already do this, right? So I have it above my crown, and I'm cleansing my crown. So what am I doing? I'm cleansing my connection with my guides, my higher self, source, and so that I feel anchored in and I feel reconnected. It feels really great, really great. So you could do that with sage too. You could do it with incense. You can use other incense, but Nag Champa is my favorite incense to use for that. Okay. And so there still are more things that you can do. And yes, for those who are sensitive to their environment, empaths, people who are clairsentients, this may be a little bit of a challenging week. And heck, it's been a challenging last few years because the vibration is shifting and the consciousness of this planet is being raised. All of us that are here are feeling those shifts, and it may create some uncomfortable feelings for you. And you might be absorbing your environment and not realize you're absorbing your environment. So then it's up to you to be able to create that anchor, create that strong auric field where you're not affected by your environment. Heck, I see when I'm working out front, I see like there are at least, I would say, at least 100 people that come through the door, each door, through each door, through the storefront. I make sure before I open up the doors that I'm anchored in my body, my energy field is strong, because I have a lot of people coming in and I am really sensitive to my environment. I always have been. Heck, I almost failed 4th grade because I absorbed my environment, and I didn't resonate with my teacher. And so you might have all heard me talk about this. My solar plexus, I had a stomach ache every day. I really did, but I wasn't vibing with the teacher, and there were a lot of changes in the family. And so I just soaked it all in, and it created a detour for me. So working out front with all of these people coming in, I love seeing people. I love connecting with you all. But as a highly sensitive, energetic person, I definitely need to be able to be anchored in my body and connect with people. Same thing when I am in a psychic space, which is a shift. It's a different flavor or way of connecting with people, but I'm not in a huge environment. I am in a contained container in my space, in my office, right? So it's a different feeling, but you can go out and connect with the world. You just need to be mindful of your energy and pull your auric field closer in so that you're not a sponge and just picking up everything like a magnet. And so Tamara says, is that why when I go to Walmart, I feel I need to get the heck out of there ASAP? Absolutely. Pull in your energy field, right? Take a moment, take a deep breath before you have to go in there. And even when my husband says, okay, we got to go to Walmart for that, because that's the only place that has that. Do you want to go in? He'll ask me, do you want to go in or you want to stay in the car? And I'll feel into it. Sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm feeling like I want to go in there. And sometimes I'll say, nope, I'll just hang out here for now, right? So yeah, it can be a lot. Even going to Publix can be a lot, right? And Nicole says absorbing energy from social media as well. Absolutely. That's where a lot of people get the triggers, right? And I don't know, social media. Sometimes it's good to take a break. For the business, definitely something that I do need to keep connected with. However, intentional posting is important too, right? Intentional posting, right? You can hide people, they don't know you're hiding them. Yeah, that too, right? So, intentional posting and being mindful of what you're putting out into the universe, right? When you write something, you are stating this and you are bringing that energy to you. Not that you can't complain, not that you can't vent, just know that you are creating a vision of a mission statement for yourself in that moment. Yeah. Okay. So let's work on shifting some things, right? With when things come up as such as counting your blessings more than your troubles might be a good time to recheck your gratitude list. What am I grateful for, right? Oftentimes, right, we know we focus on what's not working, what's not okay, rather than what is working and what feels right for us, right? And the things we have manifested, we focus on those 2 or 3 areas where it's like, gosh, I wish that would happen. But then you have all of these beautiful blessings. Let's focus more on our blessings rather than our challenges. Carrying crystals is a great thing to do to help us stay grounded and keep that energy field strong, such as tiger's eye, hematite like tourmaline or obsidian or onyx, fluorite, and amethyst, and maybe some rose quartz for some nurturing. We have the empath kits, EMPATH kits, the empath kits, which are a great combination to help you with shielding your auric field. They have fluorite, citrine, fluorite, citrine, black tourmaline, and hematite that help keep you here, not all over the place. So you can, with the crystals, you can carry them. You can wear them as bracelets. You can keep them nearby. Put them in a pretty dish because they're pretty, and just tell people they're just for decoration. They don't need to know, right? And someone says, I hide posts and people all the time. Exactly. Right. You don't need to read it. It's okay. I'm not subscribing to that. um, Hold on one second. I need to just. This may not be the best time this week or the next couple of weeks, may not be the best time to have those candid conversations. Think things through before speaking. Take the other person's perspective into consideration, right? If you can kind of see their point of view, is there a way that they could possibly misunderstand me or take it the wrong way? Let's think twice before having those conversations, because as I mentioned, we're in that Mercury retrograde cycle, so communication can be off a little bit. Okay, so think that through. Yeah. Grounding, earthing, this will help you anchor yourself into the earth. So, what does that mean? Spending time outside, working with herbs, eating grounding foods, connecting with the smells, the aromas of trees, plants, wildlife, going outside, taking your shoes off, either getting them in the sand or in some soil or grass. Just really connecting with the planet and the elements. This can even mean going outside when there's a storm with a little bit of wind, right? Of course, if you're in Southwest Florida, you want to be careful of the lightning and all that. But being outside, oops, somebody just hold on, help me, texted me. Even being outside, right? Connecting with nature and the smells and the feels and all of that can help us. Hold on one second. Let me just fix it. I'm going to check for your comments. My let me turn off my volume. My staff member, Evan, who's at the Bonita store, he's a chef. He's a budding chef, and he forgot the torch for the creme brulee. So he's in the middle of making it, so he can come grab it. Also, okay, so someone just said, wow, I just did that 5 minutes ago, barefoot. Exactly. Just connect with the elements. Smell the wind. You can smell when it's going to rain. You can smell the fresh air. If somebody's been outside all day, you can smell when they come in. Sometimes they have that outside smell to them, right? Yeah. So that also helps us bring us back to the moment, bring us back to the body. You can work with Archangel Michael. So he is the archangel that helps with cord cuttings and protection and helps keep us safe. He can help keep us safe at times when we're all over the place. Working with ritual, ceremony, meditation, right? So when's the last time you really sat in ceremony or worked with your rituals of prayers, of intention, of lighting the sage, of taking a spiritual bath, of holding your crystals, or of journaling? When's the last time you did that? Have you done it recently? And if not, maybe it's time to do that. Maybe it's time. Also realize that, also with dealing with some of the energies, realize that sometimes people aren't on the same page as you are. It's okay, but knowing that, again, going back to the maybe they're on a different journey. Maybe they may not understand me. Is that okay? Do I need to, I don't need to prove myself. I don't need to force understanding. You can't force understanding on anyone. What do I need to do? Maybe I just need to let it be, not make it about me, and step away. Here's something fun you can do is, because I love working with cards, get your cards out. Do a card spread for yourself with your favorite oracle or tarot deck, right? Get your journal out, get some notes, and go, connect and see, what's coming up, what's the message from spirit, what am I overlooking? Was last time you did a card spread for yourself, right? Yeah. I'm just going to check on your comments. Someone said, we had a tornado. Yeah, we did have a warning this morning. A tornado warning, nice and breezy out, found a crystal in the sand. Did you really? How fun is that, right? Was it your crystal, or was it one that spirit gave to you, gifted you? Yeah. Let's see if there are any other comments here. I don't always select cards for myself. I was feeling that too. I received that message too from Spirit as I was putting together the messages for this morning. I was like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I pulled out, my cards for myself and did a spread. So I'm probably going to rifle through some of my decks. I have a lot of decks at home too. And let's see which one is really calling to me and select some cards and to see what the messages are. Yep, Spirit gifted that to you, that crystal. Also, have a heart-to-heart with your spirit guides. When's the last time you intentionally connected with your spirit team, right? When's the last time you did that? Have you asked for assistance and guidance and understanding, protection? Where are you out with your wisdom council? Huh? When's the last time you connected with them? And have you acknowledged them for assisting you with areas that you didn't realize you were being protected from some of your foolish choices or carelessness, right? Yeah. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? I've got quite a few friends on here this morning. Let's see where everybody's at. And speaking of cards, I've got a new deck. Shocking. And I've been waiting a while to get this deck because it's been sold out and it hadn't been available for a while, or hadn't been. They posted it where I order. I was like, oh, it's not in stock yet. This is the new Colette Baron Reed deck. It's the Dream Weaver's Oracle. And we used this at the Reiki Circle the other night. This was so lovely. So lovely. So I'm going to shuffle the cards a little bit. Oh, and I did want to mention something. So speaking of energy and being mindful of your energy and your space and all that, and how you're manifesting, we do have a special event that's coming up in June, and it's with Diana Burney, who wrote the book Spiritual Cleansings, and she's doing a weekend Zoom workshop. So I did. Here we go. I did copy the link. There is information about this event on our, there we go, on our themysticalmoon.com page. And it's a weekend event on Zoom. I will be attending. I'm looking forward to this event. And she has, I think she's on her third book, but it's about learning how to work with the archangels. If you're an energy practitioner, someone who's sensitive to energy, or you're wanting to take a class to help you navigate through some of the wonkiness that's going on these days, this is a great event, a weekend class. And I think that there's a special if you sign up before a certain time. So if you have questions, you can always email me or call the front desk, and we'll see what we can help you with. But in the meantime, let's grab some cards here. So I'm going to select 3 cards, and this is going to be your message for this upcoming week, whether you connect with card number 1, 2, or 3. And this is the Dream Weaver's Oracle. I don't have it in the online store yet. Same with my Muse Tarot that I will have online by the end of the day. Okay, so here we go. Are you feeling drawn to card number 1? Whoops, number 1. Number 2, or card number 3. This is your message from your spirit guides, your divine helpers about this upcoming week. 1, 2, or 3. All right, here we go. If you chose number 1, it's card number 41, and it is Watch the Dragons Fly. So the meaning is being the observer, curiosity, seeing the big picture, and not taking anything personally. Sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of our identity, part of our story forever. Instead of understanding the transience of opinions, we become trapped by our beliefs about the world and our part in it. These ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While a container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. A good question to ask now about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is a time to look at your situation, see it for what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious, and be willing to explore it from a different perspective. There's so much to discover here, so it's important not to get caught up in being right or getting caught up in the smallest details that obscure a more expansive potential. Like the dream weavers, watch the dragons fly, so you should observe your inner and outer worlds in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention and say, that's interesting, the hidden doors of perception swing wide open, and such wisdom has always lived inside you. Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. Very much in alignment with what the energies are for this week. If you chose number 2, it's could it be a dragonfly? So the meanings are number 8, it's a number 8. Seeing the meaning behind the illusion of perception. Signs from the universe are all around, recognizing the outer world as a living oracle, paying attention to the signs. There are days when you begin to notice just how in sync you are with the world. While you're thinking of a person, they call you, or you see their name on the side of a truck. You might need to know the answer to something important. Then you just overhear just what that information you need is in lyrics or of a song on the radio. It's common to develop a relationship to a sign that always shows up when the spirit of someone you've loved and lost is nearby. Oftentimes, it is based in nature, like a feather or a butterfly. Maybe a dragonfly shows up to let you know you're on the right track. Now is a time for you to trust those signs in the world around you, just as a way in which the universe reflects you, witnesses you, and loves you dearly. dearly, excuse me. Pay attention as the entire world is your oracle. Uncanny and serendipitous occurrences remind you that you are matter, that the universe is watching over you. Could it be a simple dragonfly, or is that a message from spirit sparkling through its wings? All right, if you chose number 3, it's number 10. All the diamonds in the sky. So the meanings are limitless potential and possibilities unique to you, moving out of limiting beliefs, reaching for the stars, and trusting you will reach them. Often, the only things that separate us from the life we want to live are our beliefs and inner stories we tell ourselves about them. Perhaps you've been conditioned to see yourself as a limited, less than, unworthy. Maybe you're worried about the consequences of stepping out of your comfort zone right now, for the results of your expansion may not please others. Could it be that you don't know the how, so everything looks too much work and it makes you feel discouraged? The star you're reaching for may seem out of reach for you, but if you still remember you come from the stars, you will see the threads of destiny the dream weavers have placed for you to find. Dream big and don't be afraid to be honest with yourself about what you can really experience. Believe in the power of the divine that exists in all things, and especially within you. Believe in yourself, and soon you will see the magic. No man made construct can rob you of your inner light or the expression of your dreams, as you are sacred and holy. Keep on going. How lovely are these cards? Are they not lovely? I hope that the message has resonated. And also, sometimes, they all resonate. Sometimes it drops in a little bit later. But yeah, we never select the wrong card. I want to say that too. And someone says, I've been seeing the number 6 a lot here lately, especially in my finances. Yep, there are definitely signs from the universe to support us. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me this week. Have a beautiful week. Try to stay grounded, try to stay in your personal space, not getting too far out, slow it down, and maybe have a ceremony or work with ritual around this full moon. All right, take care. Many blessings. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Namaste. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.